Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video I'll be going through the Hawthorn vs Western Bulldogs Community Series game, going through who played decently, their roles, etc, and how I expect them to sort of score. But before we get into this video, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload, and let's get into the video. So, as you can see here, Newcombe top scored 127, and a guy that I was sort of on early in the preseason and sort of died as we had some, I would say, more more concrete guys in terms of value guys in that midfield, those M2 to 4s turn up, and now Newcombe has turned up yet again, and also the concrete guys have sort of put in iffy performances. So whether I go Newcombe or not is dependent on almost Took's score in round 0. But yeah, 127 from Newcombe, 37 touches. He just looks in the driver's seat in this Hawks midfield and looks like he could go to another level. Marcus Bontempelli, 127 on a 1 goal, 32 disposal effort with 8 tackles. He did it yet again, and I just cannot pay up that much for Bontempelli, given that he's probably going to have one poor game, and that is just a poor game is going to be an 80, and that is just going to ruin his break even and just send him spiraling back down. So spiraling down in price by like 50, 60k, and I feel like I can get a guy that can go 1 or 2 points better than his average as a captaincy option to almost cover that in the likes of like a Goulden or something like that, who will just be almost better value for money over Bontempelli. Obviously, Bont will have the points though, so that'll almost even it out. But I think that Goulden will just edge out Bont for me in terms of what I want. English 111, he rode it in 85% time on ground, 26 hit-outs, 5 marks, 7 tackles, 15 touches, 2 behinds. So he could easily ended up with a 120 as well as Bontempelli ended up with a 135 or something. So yeah, could have easily happened there. But English looked great, and my plan is hopefully, if all things go right, the plan is to hopefully be able to almost upgrade Grundy or Sherry by the time that the English gets the is it the West Coast matchup? No, they have a West Coast early, but by round 5, 6, 7, I want to already almost be into upgrade season, as round 5 is effectively round 6 for some of the guys. So yeah, I want to almost be in upgrade season by then. And English could be the first upgrade getting out of Grundy's buy, so getting the price movements from Grundy, getting that West Coast game, and then dumping him early for an English could be a way of doing it. And that means that I'd have lock away to the 2 best rucks probably in the whole system. The only problem with this thought is the fact that Darcy did have Lob had 10, and was there any Darcy in this game? Darcy didn't play, it doesn't look like, or did he play up forward? No, he didn't actually. So yeah, Darcy didn't actually play in this game, but there is thoughts that Darcy would take some time off of Sam Darcy. Yeah, didn't play in this game, but there was thoughts that he could take some time off of the likes of English in the ruck. And you could also see that Lob did do a fair amount in the ruck, but it was against Ramsden and Charles, so he should have won that matchup anyway. But there is thoughts that English could have a little bit less of a role just because of Lob taking a little bit more of a chunk. Liber 105, he strolled it in, 13 clearances is just crazy, and yeah, so 105 from him. The only problem with him is that he's low ownership, so he's not gonna, if he goes well, 1.5 ownership, you can't really pick him unless he gets up to that like sort of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'd probably say you could sort of start to think about him if he's more than about 5 or 6%, and then once he gets to 10, 11, that's when you're sort of safe with Liber, as I think he is a good option. I'm just worried that if he fails, you sort of you got a failing premium, that no one else has, that you're sort of bleeding 15, 20 points around, but you're in upgrade season, so you can't really change him out. So you bleed 15, 20, potentially even 30 points around for 10 rounds. something like that, and that's just 150 points that you can't even really make up. So that's why I wouldn't go Libba. Jamara, 4 goals 2 for a 95. He was fine. Won't do that in the regular season regularly enough to be an option because he's a key forward, But yeah, 95 from him was huge. Karl Amon, 94, 28 touches, 4 marks. So not many non-disposal points, and I just think that Martin is the better choice over Amon. Adam Treloar, 93, he was fine, but again, same with Libba. I think Treloar is, at the moment, he is priced at 950k and under 0.5% ownership. He's just got way too much of a break even that you could drop cash, you could drop points, you could even be bleeding 20 points to the comp with him, as well as dropping 50, 60k, and you can't really have that. Sanders, 92, he looked perfect. Norton, 81, same with Ugle-Hagan, won't be doing it regularly. Connor McDonald, 81 points, 2 goals, so don't really look into the 2 goals, and that's sort of a mid-70s, which we've been seeing him doing, so I'm not really liking that. Harms, 77, 1 goal 1. I think this is sort of the range that you're going to see Harms in, but the only problem with Harms is if you look at his break-even, 71, there's no cash to be earned there if he's going 75 to 80, because that's basically just a 5-point jump. So that's why I don't really like him. Cam Mackenzie, 76. But the thing I like about Cam Mackenzie, and currently not on my side, but depending on Billings' result, is he's currently priced at a break-even of 49. And we've seen him go, I believe it's now 80 and 76. So in the 2 games. So, and this game was against a more formidable side. He did get 85%, so it looks locked in that he's going to get that wing roll. And he looked pretty good. So 76, take away the goal, that's still 70, that's still plus 21 in this forward line, especially with a lot of the buy guys. He'll be fine, I think. And yeah, 75 to 80, I think he can do on the regular, and he did it with 0 tackles as well. If he adds another 2 or 3 tackles there, that's a huge game and negates any goals that he did put on that he won't put on regularly. So I think he can be, I think he will end up around that 73, 74, but he could have a 5-game, 6-game, 7-game stretch where he goes 85 or 80, 85, and that is just massive value. So if you look at Mackenzie itself, let's just bring him back up. Here we go. What do they have him projected at? They haven't projected at 54, but even you can see this 54, 47, 46. That's not going to happen at all. What do they have? It's hard to get the actual, because the projectors are so off what I actually think they're going to do. Do we have a guy that Harley Reid doesn't really help and show you what Mackenzie's going to do? So no one really knows what, doesn't really show what Mackenzie's going to do. But yeah, I think he can easily gain 150, 200k very, very quickly. McNeil, 74. Ginnivan, 71. He's a small forward. That's going to happen. He's going to have bad games where he doesn't kick a goal or kicks 1 goal, has like 10 touches and has like a 40. Massimo, 69. Impey, 68. Huswaite, 68. A little bit cooler on him probably, as well as the fact that he's got that 420 price tag. If he was rookie priced, he'd be on everyone's benches. But yeah, 68 and 73% time on ground. Will be interesting to see his role come round 1, but we'll see the team sheets when they come out. Connor Nash, 66. Riley West, Reeves, Sicily, 61. This is why I'm a little bit colder on him and have been the last little bit since those keys went down, is just because he has to probably play a more accountable role due to them having Amon in the back line. So someone's going to play accountable, and I think it's going to be Sicily. So I still think he's going to end up with an 80 or a 90 average, but I think there will be severe regression until they get those keys back. And I think he probably will go 95, 96 for the year, just because those keys will come back, and then he'll be able to play more accountable. Less accountable, not more. And he will pump a couple of 120 games out to finish the year. So yeah, there is thought later on in the year post-buy to grab Sicily, because he could just pump out some big scores. Lewis, Bramble, Caulfield, 59, totally fine with this. People were like, oh, it's Caulfield, he scored a 59. He scored a 59 and a 76 or something like that this preseason, and he's priced at He's priced at 40. So look at this for, you can see here, 70, 65, 59. And look at that cash gem. What's that? 57, 89 in the first 3 weeks when he goes, if you can see it here, I'll make it bigger for you guys. 89 in the first 3 weeks when he goes 70, 65, 59. If he goes 70, 70, 70, that's going to be 23, 40, and probably 40 again. So that's probably closer to 100k to 110, 120k that he's going to go. Whoopsie. There we go. So it's very likely that he goes massively above his break even, and he's gonna just massively outdo it. As you can see with the break even here, you can see 40, 15, 1. You can see he smashes his break even against every single team effectively. Yeah, you can see it. So yeah, I think Caulfield is a good pick, and yeah, I think he's best 22 for the Bulldogs. So there's that. Dreyer, Waitman, Karmas could be interesting, 55, but I believe he's like 400k or something. So I'm not too 314k for Karmas, not too interested at that. Maybe more of a super coach pick. Williams, Scrimshaw, Lobb, Bruce, Gallagher, Jones, Warple with the 46 was just, this is what Warple does. Chol and Phillips are 43. I think that's why he's currently not in my side, just because we have Howes, but Howes could move out and Phillips in if Howes has a bad game. McGuinness 41, and he's there and thereabouts, could play. He's going to play on Dacos. That's what they basically said, hush hush, that he's going to be brought in for some matchups, and that is Dacos, potentially Goulden. But I think Goulden has enough areas that he can go to that McGuinness probably can't go to. So that's why I don't know if he'll necessarily be brought in for McGuinness, for Goulden. But there is that chance as well. So yeah, I expect him to play something like 10 games. Probably does actually, now thinking about it, come in for Goulden matchup, but I think that that's in round 7, round 8, and there could be so many other guys in the Swans midfield that you have to go on as well. He might have to go on Chad Warner, who might have a breakout, etc. So yeah, I think he will come in for the Swans game, but I'm not too. I also think that Goulden has enough of a game that even with Tukamillo tagging him last year, I think he went like 80 or 90, so I'm not too worried about Finn McGuinness tagging. I know Finn McGuinness is a better tagger, but I'm not too worried about that. Johannesson, Frost, Hardwick, Watto, just showing that what a small forward does. Ward barely did anything on 73%. Vandermeer, Daniel, 45% for a 33. He's gonna have games like that where he just scores a 70. He wasn't bothered basically. Ramsden, Ryan, Butler, and Meek. Meek didn't get on, as well as the 3 other Dogs. But that is the video there going through the Dogs. Big win against the Hawks by 57 points in Launceston. But that is the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks, guys. Goodbye.